Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're finishing the Zombie Apocalypse People Playground Part 2. Alright, so where we left off, if you haven't seen the video, then please check it out. I just want to see real quickly, I just want to see if you blow up the tank. I guess not, but anyways, alright. Back to what we were doing. Clear animation. Clear animation. Alright, so the cops then get up, they're like, alright, did you get infected? They're like, I don't think so, and she's like, I think, let's just syringe in me. Turns out, it's not the zombie virus. Turns out that this male cop right here, he had been bit by a zombie. So she pulls out her gun and she's like, I'm sorry, Bill. Shoots him straight in the head, murders him. She then shoots him to make sure he's dead. And they're like, alright, we gotta go bury his body. Or, blood gets all over her. She's like, ew. He says, don't open your mouth. If it gets in your mouth, you're dead. Just then, a zombie comes by. And she hears him and she's like, you know what, I'm sorry about this, Bill. She shoots Bill's corpse thinking it was him. But it turns out it was another man behind her. He was human too. She pulls out her shotgun and it's like, oh shit, it's not Bill, it's not Bill, it's not Bill. She pulls out her fucking AR and goes, fuck you. She blows him up and she's like, did I do it, guys? Did I do it? They're like, yeah, you killed a civilian. You killed a non-zombie. And she's like, wait, what? He's like, I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to be ending. And he pulls out this fucking futurist gun and he fucking just fucking demolishes the bodies. She gets burnt. She's like, ouch, my body. She then gets lit on fire. She's like, ah. She then pulls out a fire. They pull out a fire extinguisher and put her out. All the other guys get hurt and get shot too, but they not before the late cop dies. But they just fucking revive her, obviously. This man's leg gets broken across the like, I get a fucking screw in my asshole. So then they're like, she's like, it's about it. It doesn't work the first time, so then they shoot it. He gets shot up. He dies instantly from the power inside of him. So then they all live together and stuff like that, and they live in this new apartment and shit like that. So let me just quickly grab them and move them, because the property that I'm about to add is like the biggest thing in the game, in my opinion. And in my opinion, it is, mate. Okay, clear debris. Yep. I believe, yes, that's not that big, but it's big enough for the roleplay. You just gotta move it up a little. It's gotta be big enough to where it can fit. Right there should be good. Alright, so we just gotta add in James Bond. Alright, so let's go ahead and add 2 civs, James Bond, 2 lady cops. No, let's add in 3 lady cops, and add in an officer up here, a lady paramedic up here, and SWAT. downstairs. Alright, just make them have their SWAT helmets on already, just, you know, in case. I mean, these guys are supposed to be SWAT, so. Alright, mate, so then they just, you know, this one, she dies. She dies because the SWAT officer actually hits her in the head and shit like that. She dies imminently. These guys also die. But then they replace them with new guys. Not girls. They replace them with new guys. There we go. Yes, very much better. Yes. The police officers get their hats on, and they always have their hats on. They're very formal and shit, even though, you know, they'll fucking other police died and shit like that. But and then they have a medic and shit like that, but. And then they also have this military woman. She's in the military and shit like that, so she knows what's going on and shit. So they try and ask her, but she's like, "It's classified. I can't tell y'all. If I do, I'll get murdered." But then he's like, "Miss, the freaking president's probably already dead." She's like, yeah, "He's not. He's actually still alive, pretty much, actually." So. And then they're like, "If you don't tell us, we'll kill you." And she's like, "I'd rather die than tell you the shit that's gonna get me killed and stuff like that." So, yeah, basically, they remove this pillar so they can speak to each other. But what they didn't know was that was a mistake and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna have to do right now is quickly freeze this floor right here before it collapses and stuff like that. And there we go. Just gotta. There we go. And basically, they got another floor here. Yep, just gotta place that like right there. No, that's supposed to be frozen there. And yep, we gotta freeze these two. And there we go. They get their own personalized floor, and these guys or the girls are all like, yeah. James Bond doesn't like how she's not gonna tell him. So they're like, if you're not gonna tell us, you're not useful. You're not useful. He then tells her that if you're not going to answer my questions, then I'm going to murder you in cold blood. She's like, "Alright, do it." He pulls out a Tech 9 and says, "I'm not afraid." She shoots right above her like 5 times and stuff like that. Trying to get her to tell her, but she just won't budge, so. He then says, "Alright then, guess you're not of use." He then shoots her in the leg. She's like, "Ouch, ouch, ouch," screaming at the top of her lungs. I just don't want to scream. And basically, it's all horrible for her because she has to deal with this pain. She's like, "Alright, fine, I'll tell you. Just fix my legs. Don't let me die." So they fix her legs, obviously. They fix her. They save her. He said, "I could have killed you right there, but I just you got some information you gotta tell us." So they stab her with the light syringe and stuff like that. I gotta stab James Bond with one too. And stuff like that. So he's like, "Tell us." He says, "There's a zombie apocalypse going on. The president's dead. I'm one of the last remaining military operatives remaining alive." He's like, "Oh well." And then he says, "If you don't tell me more, I'll shoot you." That she says that's all I know, stuff like that. James doesn't believe her, so he shoots her in the head. And in reality, that's all she knew. She was never told what was really going on. That it was a science experiment done by the military. So he then tells her, "I'm gonna put nitrocillin in your blood. We're gonna take you out there. We're gonna let the zombies eat you alive." She's like, "Alright, I guess. Sounds like a plan." Now, this is what's going on currently. They gotta get enough blood into that system there to where it's red. Still, it has to be still red. So then make sure I gotta drain it out a little and stuff like that. Stuff like that. And we just gotta make it overall hell for this lady. So they're like, "Alright, you're not gonna tell us? Alright, that's fine, that's fine. I'll just kill you in the process too." And basically, they fill her blood with freaking gasoline and stuff like that, and she dies instantly, immediately. And stuff like that, so she's like, it blows up, causing a fire, and she dies of blood. Then the fire extinguisher wasn't enough. They saved as many lives as they could, but they couldn't save hers. They then had to seduce. I mean, what? Wait, that sounded better in my head, but they then had to do some illegal drugs. They had to do a lot of illegal things in order to bring this person back to life. So, had been broken. He could, the syringe for some reason couldn't heal it. So we had to just stand around with a broken leg. They even tried another one, but it just wouldn't work. But anyways, the lady here, she had been messed up real bad. Her leg was gone. She was standing on one leg now. They were like, "Alright, you're gonna tell us or else I'm gonna let them eat you alive." She then died. Just kidding, she didn't die. I accidentally just deleted her. Expecting to delete her leg, I accidentally deleted her. So they then got one of these, and so in order to do this, I have to have 4 specific ones of these. If I don't have that mixture, it will not work. Now they all have to be in. Now the gasoline has to be activated first, and it has to just go in, and it has to be red, full red. If it's not red, it's not worked yet. So now that should be good enough. Actually, I don't think it is. So let's go ahead and just delete this 2 times real quick. You know what I mean. Delete that. Now we gotta add 2 more bottles of blood. Just to make sure that we've got the right mixture and stuff like that. Just gotta drain like half the blood out, stuff like that. So up, there we go. Now let's go ahead and push it all over. Now this is counted as blood in the game, so she thinks this is blood getting put into her, but in reality it's gasoline being put into her to force her into talking. he says, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna blow you up. And she's like, haha, with what firepower? And he says, with that gasoline I just put inside of you. She's like, wait, what? That's gasoline? She looks, her face then turned from happy to scared like a little fucking rat. She's then like, alright, I don't really know much, but yeah. He pulls out his fucking deagle and says, I want more info or else you will die. And then puts her up against the wall and says, tell me now or I'll shoot you in the leg and or else I'll push you up this this building. Then breaks the wall and proves that he's not joking. She's then put on the ledge here and is told, you better tell me or else I'm gonna shoot you in the head and it's gonna blow this building up. And then pulls out a shotgun and proves that he's not joking by shooting right above it. He then says, tell me now or else I blow up your blood. Wait a second. The blood here is actually going to blow up. If anything. All I have to do is just push that down and, wait, I just gotta test this out real quick. Oh shit, not again! I fucked it up again. James Bond then had to repair the fucking lights. Stupid bitch broke them and shit like that. And yeah, basically, they just said fuck her and just let her die. James said they got all the information they needed, saying that she had told them the truth and that he was lying, that he was mistaken about her. The officer then got cut in half, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna be alive. And they just killed her. They just shot her in the head. And since there was one there still was one more upstairs. They didn't really mind at all. Though the officers, on the other hand, was very sad, so they brought like 5 more officers, like, to make sure that there was weird shit like that. They then realized that there was 2 people downstairs, so James Bond was like, you know what, I'm going out. He then realized that there was somebody's leg inside of him, so he just jumped off. He was like, it's been nice knowing you guys. Before he jumped off, he pulled out the stay alive syringe and shot himself dead. They were like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna go kill them people. They're not supposed to be down there. This is my hotel. I own it. He then was put with it. He then jumps off and is like, goodbye, guys. It's been nice knowing you, boys. He then falls. He's like, breaks his back. And he's like, that hurt like a son of a bitch. He then pulls out a life syringe and starts shooting himself, making himself look like a human. Because in reality, he's a special version of a zombie that can speak and talk. He then goes over and goes, hey bud, I'm sorry but you can't be here. He's like, I work here. He's like, yeah, well I own the hotel, so I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. He's like, but I live here. He's like, well, I'm sorry to tell you this, bud, but pulls out a gun. You gotta leave my premises now. He's like, I'm sorry sir, but my wife's upstairs and stuff like that, and lying out of his ass because he basically is the leader of a gang that owns this hotel. He's like, my wife's upstairs and stuff, and I can't. The guy inside hears this. He goes, what the fuck did you just do, Johnny? What did you do, Johnny? This time, I want to know this time. He gets out, comes out, and sees that James here, and he's like, oh, sir, Mr. James, I'm sorry about this, but this man, he came in and shit like that, and I couldn't stop him and stuff like that. He's like, oh, it's alright. I mean, you tried your best. I mean, he's the leader of a gang, isn't he? Yeah, and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, if you want, you can come upstairs. It's like, really, mister? Mr. James. And he's like, Mr. Bond, and he's like, yeah, you can come upstairs. But first, I gotta just, make sure you're dead and stuff like that. Yeah, here, I'll send you up. He then sends the man upstairs. And they all are like, what the frick, who is this man, and stuff like that, but then they see James fly up with some magical powers that he's got. What the fuck? I have returned, everybody. I brought my friend here. His name's Jimmy Bond. His name's Sir Jimmy, Cock and Ball Torture. Why did that sound? Okay, you know what? Cut. Never mind. I'm just fucking with you. I can't cut the video out. Anyway, so yeah, this is uncut stuff. So then these zombies start coming, and they're like, "Fuck me." They're like, "Fuck you, bitches." And then the whole military starts coming, knowing that the freaking and that the people inside the building just killed their best friend and stuff like that, and they're like, he just killed my friend and shit like that. And then they all get ready and shit like that. They all get their gear, which I just casually have like some like military gear, shit like that. Let me just quickly. They all get suited up and stuff like that. Just because I'm just gonna delete this gear real quick and stuff like that. You know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna delete all this and restart it. Alright. The tank then gets used and it just demolishes the building. So let me just quickly spawn back in the tank because it's gonna be the thing the military should do. The building is then demolished. But James Bond had other plans. They were surprised when they seen that the building was still holding up, and the reason that is because James Bond had springs inside the building made to hold up the building in case something like this were to happen. And basically, the military couldn't knock down the building, and they were like, what the frick, what are we gonna do, sir, sergeant, and stuff like that. And yeah, or like, shoot up by James Bond. They raised the gun a little. James Bond imminently got shot. But to see the zombie, he just rose right back up and said, "You motherfuckers." They thought that he had used stay alive syringe, but he had just had the zombie virus inside of him. Oh, that fucking bullet shot my dick. Why am I making these videos weirder? But anyways, yeah, he was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. These bitches want to shoot at James Bond, the legend himself, James Bond, huh? He pulls out a fucking machine gun. He pulls out a fucking machine gun, an artillery cannon, right? Brings one out, and he just fucking demolishes them. He grabs an artillery cannon and just throws it, hitting all the military people, personnel, and killing like half of them. Which then, like, the ones that died, they all come back as zombies. Let me just quickly press back. Just a tad bit, you know, just a tad bit. Let me just, Yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, they're all zombies. They then pull out their fucking FAMASs and start firing. They thought the one down there was dead, so then all these guys were murdered and shit, supposedly, and stuff like that, but they thought they had murdered this guy right here, but it turns out he was still alive. He was like, ouch, oh, why am I still alive? I thought my bones are fucking broke. Shit. Ouch, ouch, ow, my back. So, then he got to stay alive. He got a syringe, right? Stabs it into himself, and he looks human again. He made sure to stab it into himself a lot, and they basically think that he is immune and stuff like that, but he really is a zombie. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, you survived! How did you do that?" and stuff like that, but. So then they all start walking towards him. He's like, don't come near me. Don't, please, I'm begging you. The one gets close and he's like, oh my god, he's a zombie and stuff like that. And then they shoot him. They try and shoot at him. They accidentally shoot somebody in the process. They try and shoot him, but he doesn't die. Then they're all like, oh no, he's immune and shit like that. And 90 degrees. Their bodies then become disgustingly destroyed. 0. He then says, you know what, I think I'll just put you guys out your misery. They're like, no, please don't. These guys are then revived as zombies. He then finds out that the type of zombie virus he was injected with was the one that James was infected with. And he then infects his teammates and shit like that, and they're all brought back and shit like that. And this lady, she's just over here, and she pulls the artillery cannon out and is like, fuck this shit. And the zombies are all then killed. She is then brought up to James Bond's penthouse, where she's asked a lot of questions like, what the fuck were you trying to do? Were you trying to kill us all? And she finds out there was many people in this building. She's like, oh my gosh, we were told that it was only just you, James. And he was like, haha, funny thing, the government has wanted you dead for years and stuff like that. Yada yada yada, and that there was springs inside the building, and she's like, can I report this back to my boss? He's like, no, they'll think you're dead and shit like that. And the building is like exploding. He's like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know, I could have sworn all the men down there were killed. Turns out the zombie guy was still alive. And he's like, shit, the building can't take much damage at all, so we got a problem here and stuff like that, and that they gotta stop this now or else they're gonna destroy the building and stuff like that. And basically, I just want to show you what the heck I mean by their buildings all like springs and stuff. It's like this, so their building can't fall down. Alright, so let's look at these real quick. The building then, okay, so just then, they get dynamite, put it in. They're all like, one of the SWAT people downstairs are murdered, but they come back soon after as a zombie. They're like, that hurt. And then he accidentally touches his friend, turning him into a zombie. He's like, why do I feel so... His skin then turns dark. He's like, ouch, ouch. Oh wait, that sounded better in my head. They then are now secret zombies of the squad. They're then zombies, and they're like very special super soldiers and stuff like that. And basically, they can't die easily, so like they are gods. But what they don't know is that James Bond had decided to disrupt them, like to disconnect them from the main people, like the people and stuff like that. And, oh shit! Oh fuck! Okay. So just gotta quickly. I'm gonna make it to where they like can fall down more and stuff like that. So just real quickly, I'm gonna take away the extremely strong springs and stuff like that. And they didn't know this, so when they were like, "Hey James, can we come back up?" He was like, "No, you gotta come on," and stuff like that. Then they broke in half because of how distraught they were, and they were like, "Ugh." He then destroyed the floor they were in, killing them instantly. Or so we thought. They were just chilling down there, honestly, and stuff like that. So they just deleted that area and told these two girls to come up, but they didn't want to because they just lost their boyfriends and shit like that. So they were like, no, and they killed themselves. But when this fell, was a tank downstairs there, and everybody was so surprised that James Bond had actually did something great for them. And then this guy was like, oh my gosh, you just killed all my men and stuff like that. He was so furious that he just freaking started shooting life syringes in front of him. His gun then broke. He had to repair it, and then started shooting life syringes. His team was then brought back to life, even though they were literally zombies. They were all like, oh, fuck, what the hell did this do to us, John? He was like, alright, man, one of you guys are distorted. Now, I want you to get all the military personnel out here. Then they said, all the military personnel is dead. You should have remembered that. James Bond's building then got destroyed, killing one of the few people remaining. He then decides to build the base up. Building it up. He then decides to build a bedroom for the people and shit like that. But this lady here, is this a lady or is it, I think that, yeah, this lady right here, she dies. But they take her to the infirmary where they stab her with a life syringe serum, and basically she survived and stuff like that. But I'm gonna do that later because I gotta work on building this base up. There'll be a part 4 or part 3, and then there'll be I'm planning to make this a 20 episode video. Alright, I'm running out of content ideas, so. Okay, so next video we'll be building up the base and stuff, but basically I'm just gonna start building the base now. I'm just gonna copy this wood because I don't remember what the hell type of wood it is, so we'll just copy and paste it all the time now. Right. So James Bond becomes an excellent builder and becomes able to build bases bigger than Fortnite's bases. James Bond becomes James Bond. Johnny Gat becomes Johnny Gat, and Jimmy John becomes Jimmy John. Alright, so, you know what, fuck it, I'll just copy this wall right here. Just, copy, paste, and then we just destroy this right here. And then we just copy the, let's do that, and just make sure we freeze it all on freeze, and then we're just gonna copy all this real quick. Paste it up here. Just gotta quickly grab it. Move it like right there. And then we move this right back like this. And then we go ahead and destroy that, and then we repaste it up here. And then we just go ahead and, you know, we take off some of the ones that are not needed right now. And then, yeah, basically, this is what it is now. Alright, so in today's video, we have done a lot of things. Alright, we have made the base. Yeah, I thought this was just going to be a normal freaking video today, but I guess I'm making this a series. Shit. Yeah, this is going to be now a series, because I have nothing better to do, and I'm losing content ideas, so I'm just making this Let's Play video. Alright, so basically, this is gonna be connected to this. Yeah, why am I still laughing? Alright, so then we're just gonna delete this. And there we go. It should be still standing afterwards, so. I really like this base, not gonna lie. Why am I speaking like I'm British? What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways, yeah, so this is looking pretty good. This will be posted, let me check the date real quick. This will be posted the 22nd. Alright, so yeah, this will be posted the 22nd. You know what, fuck it. This will be posted today, alright? I need content ideas, so yeah, guys, leave in the comment section below what you think I should do next. Any free games that are out there that you want me to play, go ahead, put it down in the comment section below. And yeah, I'm gonna make this a 40-minute long video. Yeah, so then this is down here, and then it turns out that there was a guy up there. He's still like hurt. So when this fell, he got knocked off and shit like that. He's somehow still alive after falling about 100 feet. The zombie commander died. And this guy just couldn't figure out how to get up there. And he was like, no, I'm going to be stuck down here forever. He had broken his leg a different way. The leg was literally, look, it literally turned this way. So, I mean, he definitely broke his leg and shit like that. So, he then mended his bone. He was like, ouch. He then broke his spine in the process of getting up. And then he had to mend that too. He then grabbed a life syringe that had fallen from the top when they all died and shit, like they all fell and shit like that. And he had stabbed himself like 3 times, stuff like that. But yeah, let me just quickly repair this. There we go. There we go. His legs are all straight and stuff, and he was like, ouch. And then he got thrown up so high. Yeah, he hit a wall and nearly died. Actually, I think he did die. No, he's still alive. He found another life syringe and then stabbed himself. Then he decided I was gonna go up there. So he grabbed the wall and started climbing up the wall. Yeah. Just quickly just drag him up there because he was probably gonna die from this anyways, but yeah, I think he died. Yeah, he obviously died from that, but yeah, let's just go ahead.